Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, was there any doubt that Jon Rahm, absolutely the strongest player in the field last week at the Mexico Open, was going to go wire to wire? And I think he's trying to get his like running with the bulls, man. He's got his kid out there trying to let him run up to him, and it's like, they got a little nervous with all the people around. And I'm like, yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Hey, by the way, it's not ironic that when we just started recording that there's a helicopter outside my house, and I think it's because I'm going to be practicing later.
You must have got that net put up, did you?
I got that net put up there. That's what they're doing.
I can remember a time. I guess we'll talk about the Mexico Open in a minute. I can remember a time in Tiger's career when you really couldn't get like the media, the paparazzi. You couldn't get anywhere near Tiger Woods, man. I mean, you had no idea what that guy was doing. I mean, think about the documentary that came out about Tiger, last year, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there were definitely plenty of pictures that were being taken that never circulated. Not once did they you didn't see any of that stuff. Well, the documentary gets released, and now you start seeing some of those pictures leaking. Well, now, I mean, Tiger can't even show up to Southern Hills and play a practice round, for crying out loud. It's got helicopters flying. I mean, isn't this the day of the drone? Do you really need the helicopter? Can't you just send the drone out? Send out the drone.
Yeah, if you're Tiger Woods, you can afford a helicopter to follow you around.
Send out the drone. Oh, so it was his own helicopter. It's like, hey, if I get my helicopter to fly around, then the airspace is consumed, and they don't really have to know it's me. It's my personal paparazzi.
Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but maybe it was a certain somebody that gained a little bit of weight during this year, and they were spying on him, and they couldn't fit in a drone. We'll get there later.
I would say his clothing is a bit lighter, but yes, we will get there.
It's a bit lighter.
We will get there later.
Sorry.
Hold on. Back to the Mexico Open. Man, you know what? I've been listening to quite a bit of banter about the Jon Rahm performance, and boy, I'll tell you, up until this week, I mean, people could not find enough bad things to say about Jon Rahm's golf game, about being unseated as world number one, how shitty of a putter he was at a fucking putting contest. And I mean, pretty much from the time that the gun fired, I mean, Rahm kind of was in control of this thing the whole way, right? I mean, it's like, hey, I'm going to play good enough to keep people at bay and stay ahead of everybody. But I didn't see a whole lot of I didn't see the guy falter a lot, and I'm glad that I haven't used him in my one and done yet, because I got a feeling he's going to find a seat on my roster in the one and done for the Memorial Golf Tournament that I know he's still hot over. I know he's still hot over that event.
Oh yeah.
So congrats to Jon Rahm. Good to see him. I'll say rebound. It was a light field. Would not be the appropriate term to use, but it was definitely a light field. But I mean, he definitely looked like the number 3 player in the world out there, and kind of getting to where he needed to get to hoist the trophy. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, ball striking his way around that place, taking a page out of Brooks's book there, but the putter still is a concern. You know, on the other hand, the putter still is a concern, right?
It could be viewed as such. I don't know. I think we could see Jon Rahm overtake. I think that this Scotty Scheffler's shelf life as world number 1 could be short-lived.
Okay, Jon Rahm. Summer of last year, when he was winning Memorial and winning the U.S. Open and winning all these events in his prime time, right?
Asterisk winning the Memorial.
Okay. But no, when he was winning, he didn't win. He was winning,
winning.
Yeah. Would have won the Mexico Open by 10 shots just yesterday.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing. Not arguing whatsoever. I'm with you. He wins by 1 stroke. There were a couple times I thought Cameron Champ, but Cameron Champ couldn't choke any harder than he actually did out there. I think it just goes to show where his world ranking sits today and why it sits there. Who else was out there? Wu looked pretty good.
Finau,
where did he come from? Finishing T2 at 16 under. Kurt Kitayama finishing T2 at 16 under. And Davis Riley. I mean, something's coming from this guy, man. Look pretty good out there.
Yeah, they were talking about him. I mean, could he be a potential Rookie of the Year candidate this year? Yeah, I mean, he's been up there, buddy. Yeah, he's making a name for himself, and I could see him. He's kind of in that shuffler zone where he was, he's playing in contention. He's close to winning, and got a great game and a great form going. So I could see him popping here. I mean, yeah.
Oh, speaking of popping, where's he at? I just saw him. Where did he finish? Maybe I didn't see him. Maybe I was sleeping on the job. I don't know. Finishing at T13. Speaking of popping, Grayson Murray. When he sees Kevin Na on the range again, you think he's just going to let one go and pop him? He said he said if I knew that I weren't going to get fined, suspended, whatever it's going to be, he's like, I mean, I would have decked the guy. I don't know. That you think so? I posted.
Well, they were in Mexico. They were in Mexico. So maybe he was thinking, I wish we still lived in a time where I could challenge somebody to a duel.
Yeah, and I posted this on our Instagram page. That's birdies_bourbon, and I asked the followers, is this just a hype machine? The Brooksy saga looks like it's for Nevermore, and so is this a hype machine or is it a real feud? Some very interesting comments. Quite a few people said, fuck Kevin Na. Some other people were, who's Grayson Murray? There you go. But it was kind of a 50-50 split on if we've really got a feud going here, or it's just, who wants to go build the hype up and try to rack in some pip points.
Kevin Na is one of those interesting guys on tour. You don't hear a lot about him, but then every once in a while you'll get these tap up moments like you got last week where, it went back further than that. It was a Twitter kind of feud, right? Where they're going back and forth about making cuts and all that kind of stuff, whatnot. But it goes back and forth where, remember him with DJ over there at the the Dell match play a couple of years ago, he puts his hand on him. Hey, you got to wait for me. Like he's a little instigator. Yeah.
Slow. He's slow.
Yeah, he's slow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it. I've never played golf with him, but a lot of other people say it. So, I guess before you go tossing it around, let's see. Speaking of, I mentioned Cameron Champ a minute ago. So my one and done last week, Dan, placed six.
I know.
6. And I did bet Champ outright. I actually thought, hey, maybe. And boy, come Sunday, I was like, really? Hey, we at least may get a playoff out of this. So I wasn't spending it just yet, but I was feeling really good about it until maybe hole 8. I think it was 8 where he plugged inside of the embedded ball in the hazard, and it pretty much went all to shit from there. So I thought I was really going to get to shine a little light on my pick this week. Instead, I'm eating. I guess I'm not eating.
No, that's a good finish for Cam Champ. Yeah.
Well, I mean that's good Cam Champ money. However, Dan, were you a little premature on somebody?
He's going to win this week. Yeah.
I do actually think this course probably sets up really well for Woodland this week, in just the sense that if I hadn't used him already, I would definitely be using him this week, because I think the course, I think he's going to not hit as much driver. I think he's going to hit a lot more 3-wood. I think his ball striking coming in. We'll get to this in a minute, but yeah, I think this place, just in the form that Woodland's coming in, and again, T24 wasn't horrible. And where we've seen Gary in the past and where he's at today, I just think we're seeing the Gary that we expect to see, not the Gary that we've seen, prior to. So.
And you did take the lead again, the one and done. Yep. You're ahead by like $89,000.
89,000. I went up. I bumped up a little in a couple other leagues that I'm playing in too. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'll need Mayo Media to get that check on its way. Let's cross our fingers and hope so. And yes, hope sometimes is a strategy. Okay, so congrats to Jon Rahm. Good to see. So what do you think? How many more tournaments, or does Jon Rahm finish the season as the #1 player in the world?
That's a tough one to make up some ground on, man. Scheffler's got 3 wins this year, so I mean, he just got the one, but that's tough. That's a lot of ground to make up. I don't know. We'll see. Seems. I mean, they're not counting Korn Ferry Tour events, are they, in the PGA rankings?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Yeah.
Not
Kidding. No, but he's got a lot of ground to make up here. I told you I am not getting on the Jon Rahm is back bandwagon. That putter is not hot, and that field. He was the only top 10 player there, and he should have won by 10 strokes.
I can't. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying. Oh, so let me ask this one. So does Tony Finau win a tournament before Jon Rahm wins another tournament?
He could. He's hitting the ball good. He looked good. Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look into a little more about Tony Finau in a second. But yeah, Finau looked really. I mean, I was like, shit, where's this guy coming from? I mean, it could quickly go the other direction, but yeah, I was kind of impressed. I mean, I was scratching my head. I'm going like, man, should I be playing Finau this week?
I know.
I think he's in the field, isn't he?
Oh yeah. I think he's second or third in DK.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, seen that. Yeah. Again, the putter, like, not good news there, but yeah. So okay, let's see. We mentioned Tiger. Tiger showed up to play at Southern Hills, and we got the pictures from the chopper at that. So I take it like this is LFG, right? I mean, let's fucking go, man. I mean, Tiger's going to play in the second major of the year. Would you say?
Oh yeah. He got a taste of Augusta. He's like, this is going to be the hardest course I'm going to walk all year, and I got through it, and it was painful, but I can go out here and play, and I can compete. Yeah, he's back.
At least make the cut. I can make the cut at another major. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's weighing on his mind? Do you think it's like, so he's 47, I believe. I think he's 47.
Mm-hmm.
And, not to say that you can't win a major at 50. Can be done. Saw it recently. But do you, but the clock's got to be ticking in his mind, right? Like how, I mean, everything that's happened to me, I can still hit the ball good enough. Now putting, I think there's going to be a little bit of that game time readiness that he's Tiger Woods. I'm not discounting any of that, but there's at bats, and at bats get you you just get on a hot streak. And when you're playing, 4 tournaments a year, at this point, I think we'll see him at 2 tournaments this year. So, or at the point that the PGA's played, we'll be at 2 tournaments. And I mean, it literally could be, we see Tiger at, less than 6 tournaments a year. Right. And does he elect to sit some of those out? So do you think the clock in his head is ticking, and it's like, if I can at all get out there and play, I got to go play, because that's the only shot, or it's, if I don't get out there and play and I can do it, I'm losing an opportunity to break the record.
I think he gets in that same zone like a Federer and Nadal and all those guys are in, where they see the competition around them, and that's what drives them to keep going further. Like Federer probably should have retired by now. Brady should have retired by now, but they can't let go.
Hold on. Brady did retire. He just made a comeback. What did LL say?
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
Kevin Thomas almost said knock you out, right? But they see all the people around them, and there's such competitors, like, I gotta win like one more. Just give me one more. They get addicted to like winning that major so they can get that much further ahead. And they know the history books over time will plow over that, right? And they're like, well, how long can I stay? Because somebody's going to beat it, but I'm going to make it as hard as I can for that bastard to beat it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if we'll see.
He wants to beat Tiger's record. He wants to beat Jack's record. He so badly wants it.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't think Tiger's going to break Jack's. And at this point, I don't know that in our lifetime we'll ever see anybody break Tiger's. I think there'll have to be some significant. There'll have to be, and I don't even know what those changes could be. But I think it's just so the competition is so deep out there. I mean, look at look at last week, and I'm not saying that Rahm was throttled back, but look at last week, and you said it right. Look at the strength of field, and Rahm won by. I mean, literally, like it had a chance to go into a playoff up until probably 15 or 16. And then he kind of, I guess technically, off of 18, I think those guys hit it left.
I think Scott Scheffler's going to beat the record by 30.
Think he'll beat it this year?
No, by 30. That's true. He's already 35.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it's got to be weighing in Tiger's mind, right? I mean, the wheels have got to be spinning. That hey, let's if you can show up and play, which I think that means you think you can show up and compete. But that whole trip to Augusta. Even though I think he finished DFL out of everybody that made the cut, but that had to be like just such a well, shit, if I can make the cut, then I got a chance to win. And if I got a chance to win, I'm showing up. So yeah, I think, I don't know. It'll be good to see him out there regardless of what happens. So how long do you think it's going to be?
Go ahead. You first. Yeah.
Well, how long do you think it's going to be before? Because he came out and said, like, I'm not asking for any special. There's no special requirements going to happen for me showing up to play golf. Because if Tiger Woods said, I can show up and play, but I'm going to need a cart because of my injury and I can't walk any longer, and he outright said, not going to happen. And we clearly saw at Augusta that Tiger had no issues with his golf game per se. Mm-hmm. It was just getting to the ball was the biggest challenge. Now, granted, Augusta, lots of hills. I don't know why we're talking about the Masters. Why not? I mean, it's only 47 weeks away. But it, it's one of those things. It's like, how long is it going to take him to go back on that? To go back, or do you think he ever will? Do you think he'll ever concede that and say, you know what, I can still hit the ball, I can still play, I just can't get to my ball, give me a card?
Yeah, he can only do that at the Champions Tour. I don't think they'll give him a card on the PGA Tour. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I've been thinking about this.
Yes, they will.
What if he does this year and like he does the majors, or maybe he does. Yeah, well, majors are done by like late summer, right? By August, probably, right? Something like that. Yeah. So what if he goes in August and he goes, leg's not working, and he says, give me cut it off and give me like the other thing instead. That'll work better.
I think you're stretching it, but I mean, anything could happen.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm like, if it's less painful for him and he can still play with, one of those, what do they call those things? I forget what they're called, but if they amputate the leg and they give him some kind of, prosthetic, metal kind of thing or whatever it is, and he can play with that, kind of like the guy, the Blade Runner guy that ran all those races and won. But what if he does that?
We saw how well things went for that guy. So I'm thinking that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Well, that guy actually won a lot of races and everything. He just had a little trouble with some stuff personally. Yeah. And Tiger's already passed all that. He's already passed all that.
Older and wiser. I think that's why that is not going to happen.
I do think Tiger is the modern day Dalton, though. I do think he probably travels with all his medical records.
No, I mean, I think he travels. I think he's got an upgrade. I think he travels with his doctor.
And pay no hurt.
Right. We don't. Yeah. Well, we can all read into that about where that's probably going. So hold on. Let's talk about another U.S. Open champion that all signs are go, as far as I see. Now we could see something that says it ain't. I don't think we've seen an official announcement that says Phil Mickelson is playing in the U.S. Open. I think he submitted that he submitted a request to play in the U.S. Open, or whatever they call that, an entry into the U.S. Open. But I don't think we've seen officially it's been accepted and it's done. But here's the question I have for you. The next time we see Phil, do you remember? So I guess there's new. I remember it from back in the day, but there's a TV show called Dallas, and it was J.R. Ewing, the Ewing family, and all, and and when it panned across, you had all these oil rigs out there, that was panning across the Dallas landscape. And what do you think the next logo we see on Phil's hat? Because it ain't going to be KPMG. You think it's going to have like an oil rig, like right on the front logo there? He's got like an oil rig on the front of the hat.
He might have a Saudi Tour thing on his collar or something. Yeah,
it may have like an oil barrel or like an oil tanker on the chest on the logo.
100%.
Well, it ain't going to be KPMG. It's not going to be. It's not going to be Workday. It's not going to be Callaway. I don't know what else he had really. I mean, I think those were the
Amstel Light and Amstel Light, Workday.
I didn't see Amstel Light anywhere on the back or on his.
No, shirt. But they dropped them as well. They dropped them. Workday dropped them. KPMG dropped them. Who else was in there? Somebody else was in there. I forget who else. Yeah, somebody else was in there too. I thought there was like four.
Yeah, speaking of Amstel, we're not afraid to drink imported beer on the show.
That's right.
You got a little corn
That's right.
to go around.
That's right.
So what's going to be? You think he's just showing up is he showing up amateur style? He's going to have like the jumping man. Did Mizzen and Main drop him?
I don't think so. Yeah.
So maybe he shows up and it's just the jumping man all around. The jumping Phil.
The jumping Phil. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just jumping Phil everywhere. I think you were telling me, maybe I got a text from your
Callaway paused it.
Yeah, Callaway's on pause. Yeah, I think everybody else is done. I think everyone else. Well, Mizzen and Main, I don't think they're done. I didn't see any release from them. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what Mizzen and Main is, so I don't know that it really made a difference if they need to say that they're dropping him or not dropping him. They probably didn't even know. People probably don't even know that that's who's making his gear.
Yeah.
Well, they see him out there in like a full button-up shirt, and they're like, "Why would I wear like a button-down on the golf course?"
Exactly.
Would you say there's a question? You have a question?
I thought you had a question.
Oh no, it was about Phil and what he's going to be wearing.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a lot like JT when JT got stripped of all his stuff. He probably called him.
Let me walk you through this, kid.
All right. So, quick question for you. So, Phil hasn't played a golf tournament like since Hawaii, probably, right? Something like that. Yeah. These next two majors are going to be the first golf tournaments Phil Mickelson has gone to and lost money in like 20 years.
If they've already taken the sponsorships away, is he technically losing money?
Well, my point is like he's going to miss the cut. It's going to cost him a flight and everything to get there. And usually the sponsors are picking all that stuff up. He's actually losing money now.
Good point. I think we're going to see. I think Live Tour, here I come.
For wellness, stand in the parking lot.
Now that could be. I don't know if Coffee for Wellness is still behind it. But I did have a question. You're right. Thanks for reminding me. You said that you saw some pictures or videos or something. It looks like he bulked up a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. Phil looks like he's put on some pounds, and he was sporting. I think he was sporting a beard. It wasn't a great shot, but it's like he was sporting a beard or something. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Hold on. Do you think this is like Bryson-esque? Like he's bulking up, or is he just gaining weight? Because I mean, he could be bulking up to help with swing speed.
I definitely think it's that. Yes.
Or is he eating and drinking his emotions?
Yes. I think it's eating and drinking his emotions for sure.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, I'm gonna show it to you.
That's probable then.
There you go.
Let's see. For those of you that are just listening on the pod, well, you should head over to Twitter.
What do you think about that?
Or go find us on Instagram.
You see some bulk there?
I do see some girth. Yeah, I wouldn't call that. The calves look good as usual. But he looks a little girthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it looks fast though.
Looks fast, but he looks like he gained some weight for sure. Yeah.
Looks fast. Well, we'll see, I guess. I mean, I think we're still going to see, I think we're still going to have Phil. We're still going to get him at the tournament. So we'll see what happens. I think maybe, I don't know. What's the chance that he doesn't play? Well, you and I both agree that Tiger's playing, right?
He's in.
Outside of any
I think he's playing both of them. Yeah.
But so you think Tiger's in?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Phil. You think Phil's in?
I think they're both in. Okay. Now the question is, okay, so I think he's submitted. The question is he allowed to play?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does he get approved? Does the submission, does it get accepted, approved, whatever the terminology is that they use?
I think so. I think it's been, months now. I mean, they can't suspend him for like an entire year, can they?
I think they could. I think they could kick him out. And here's what I think. I think if they're dependent upon the Kevin Na and Grayson Murray little cat fight they're having to carry the banter for the PGA Tour, they better let him play because that ain't going to cut it.
So that seems like a good point. And what do you think the hecklers are going to heckle him with?
There's so many things I want to say right now, but I don't think I can say them.
Saudi Phil.
I think it's going to be like, "Hey, old man, what are you doing on our course, old man?"
Old man.
What else could they throw at him? I don't know if I can go down this road. I mean, I can go down this road, but I don't know if it's the right thing to do.
Okay, all right, we'll table it.
I mean, they could.
Maybe we should post. We'll post it on Instagram, okay, and then people can respond with what they think it's going to be the heckler.
That is good. Yeah. Find us at birdies_bourbon on Instagram, and we'll get a post out later. What do you think the hecklers are going to heckle Phil with? Keep it. I mean, just don't make it X-rated because I don't know if we can, like if it gets too bad, we won't be able to post it. So, but you can still send it. I don't care. I mean, I care, but
And if the winner, we may get some shirts out of it.
They could get some. I mean,
we'll make some shirts. We'll make some shirts of that heckle.
We could make some shirts of the heckle. That's a good point. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Here's what I do think is going to happen, and I'll leave it at this one. I think we're going to say, "Hey, what are you trading in that hat for?" I don't know for what. Phil was a very prominent visor wearer in his prime. Phil was a visor man in his prime.
I'd like to see the pairing at the PGA be Phil, Ricky, and Adam Scott.
Are those the next three Live Tour?
Well, Phil and Ricky, I'd like to see which one we can actually pick out who's who. I know Phil's left-handed. It's still going to be a little difficult not being able to see all those sponsors on both of those guys. They're going to look a little bare. And then Adam Scott's certainly going to give that Live Tour vibe with all that beige he'll be wearing. Oh yeah.
Keep it. Give me how many different shades of khaki can you get? I mean, you know what's funny? You know whose name we haven't heard at all about the Live Tour? You just said it.
Adam Scott?
No.
Oh, Ricky. Yeah. Ricky. Yeah.
I mean, like this guy, it seriously could be in jeopardy of losing his card. I think. Hey,
you know what? I'll be honest. So, okay. He may be the brightest businessman ever. He's like, you know what? They just offered 2 years ago. He offered me $40 million or whatever, maybe $100 million to join this tour. So I tanked so I could get a better draft choice.
Hey, it could be, man. I mean, it's like that. Like that is. I think that's. Yeah. Why wouldn't you go do that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, we'll see him in the field this week, but I mean, we haven't seen great things out of him. And I mean, I don't want him to go necessarily. I mean, I want him to do whatever's right for them. It's their business. So it makes no difference to me. There's plenty of talent on the PGA Tour. I don't care. So.
Well, we haven't seen Ricky on the PGA Tour in like 2 years.
Well, not on the weekend.
Not on the weekend.
Commercials getting away of your profession, man. There are actually professional commercial actors and actresses. I don't know how do you, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. They're a professional commercial actor people. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
And I think Bucky's coined that for a lot of individuals. Okay. What else is going on, Dan?
That's a lot of golf news. That's a lot of golf news. Yes.
That's a lot. That's a lot of golf. A lot of unimportant golf news coming your way. Yeah. You heard it here first. Most of it's probably not true. But allegedly facts. Allegedly, those are facts.
100%. 100%.
Let's take a break, get a refill. And if somebody wants to say something, I guess they'll do it now.
There you go.
Refills are here, Dan. And we're heading to Boston. Well, no, we're not. We're kind of heading to Boston, aren't we? We're heading up that way.
Maryland.
Shit. I'm looking at the wrong course. Why did I already pick my one and done? Maybe I'm trying to get close. But we are heading to TPC Potomac. And where I should be heading this week, instead of not heading to, I'm glad I didn't book a ticket to Boston. That's the U.S. Open is what the U.S. Open is going to be in Massachusetts. But I'm glad I didn't book my ticket already because I'd be heading there. But where I should be heading to your home state of North Carolina, the Quail Hollow this week to watch the Wells Fargo Championship.
But it's in Potomac in Maryland.
It is at TPC Potomac. So I think there's a lot of fun things. So let's talk about the course for just a second. So it's going to play around 7,200 yards. There's only 2 par 5s. And here's what I'll say. I think this is probably about as close to a die course as you can get without being a die course. It's tree lined, greens are small. I think that the Bombers could fare well here, except for I don't think you have to be a Bomber to fare well here. And I think there could be some weather coming in up there. And if it rains, I think it's going to favor one golfer versus the other. But what it is it is not Quail Hollow, and it is absolutely a different style golf course, and you're going to have to play different golf than there. I think fairways are going to be a premium. Around the greens going to be important. The most important, I think, is going to be par 4s at 175. The second shots at 175 yards and longer. Both of the par 5s I think both are over 600 yards or very close to. And I think the bigger challenge is going to be just the long par 4s. And like I said, man, if I hadn't played Gary Woodland and you hadn't played Gary Woodland, I think that's a place where Gary Woodland looks really, really good at from his second shot being. And I think some of the guys, if it rains and gets wet, I think some folks are going to be outside of that. I mean, maybe upwards of or closer to 200 yards for their approach shot in. So I don't know, anything else on the course. I got a couple things, but anything else from you?
We had 2 tournaments here before. Who won?
Yeah. So 2017 and 2018, Kyle Stanley won. Charles Howell III was runner up, and the Sauce Man.
That's right.
Beat Ryan Armour in 2018. So, and the Sauce Man, I believe that was it was definitely a playoff. I don't know if it was multiple holes, but it was definitely a playoff. So so let's head over to our friends at fantasynational.com. I'm going to be looking at the last 24 rounds. Dan may also. I'm going to take this off of par 4 proficiency. I was actually trying to do a little research. I know, don't fall out of your chair. I was already drinking, so I figured, why not look at something, that doesn't involve alcohol? Maybe it'll keep me focused. Clearly, it's not working. It's not working.
No, it's not.
So here's what I think about where we are. It is definitely not. It's we got a heavier field than we had last week.
Yeah.
Rory, but I say that. I don't know. I mean, isn't this like kind of
the
same?
It's heavier.
It's heavier, but I mean,
not as heavy as I was expecting. Though I thought it was going to be heavier. Yeah.
Yeah, when you've got Tony Finau as the second highest price golfer in the field, when you've got Abe Ancer as the third highest price golfer in the field. I mean, I guess when you look at it, I think there's some people that are priced a little. And again, I look through it and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know who I'd price above them necessarily, but it just the pricing looks a little wonky to me. Not surprised to see Rory McIlroy he is the defending champion of the Wells Fargo Championship. He is not the defending champion at TPC Potomac. I guess the other thing to consider is this is a TPC golf course. So there's probably a few folks in the field that you may want to lean towards from a DraftKings perspective. So Dan, take it away in the $10,000, the elite range of golfers, the most expensive golfers that'll be teeing it up at the Wells Fargo Championship.
Well, this is the time of the show where we talk about Finau and how well he did, like we did last week. And, we talk about Ancer and Connors, and we ignore McIlroy and he wins by 10.
I mean, would you be surprised to see McIlroy go wire to wire this week and pull a Jon Rahm?
No, I 100% think he could do that. Yeah. Now this field is tougher. I mean, you got so McIlroy, Finau, Ancer, Connors, Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Leishman, Bradley. These are all really good guys. I mean, so we didn't have this deep of a field last week. That's why I was saying I thought Rahm was going to win by more. But in this range here, I mean, you can't go wrong with Rory. I think you need to play Rory a little bit in DraftKings. I'm not going to play him in every lineup, but I think you got to play him in some of these lineups. I think he's going to be outstanding this week. The Masters, he finished second. He missed the cut at the Valero, T33 at the Players, T13 at API, Genesis T10. Off the tee, sixth in this field, and approach 62nd, putting 41st, 13% projected ownership, 11.5 is what it's going to cost. Model ranked sixth. I think he's a must play in some lineups.
Do you think Rory wants to? Do you think he wants to play through the weekend and win the tournament?
Yeah, I do.
So I mean, I'm looking at the ownership percentage, right? And I'm looking at Rory McIlroy at 13%, and I'm looking at Corey Connors at let's go ahead and call it 26%. This is on Monday, and I'm like, I'll go ahead and spend the additional $1,400 and find somebody a little cheaper. And I'll take Rory. I mean, I know. So Rory ranks 6th on the model. Corey Connors ranks 3rd. I think I'm buying I'm going to take the push on the $1,400, and I'm going to take Rory at, I think that, yeah, I mean, just look at the numbers on Rory and look at the Valero for Rory. He missed the cut. Do you think he wanted to play the Valero? I mean, he probably did, but I mean, do you think he really cared?
No.
Nor do I. I think it was a tune-up for the Masters, and look at what he did. Finished his second. So, and I'm not comparing this course to Augusta National at all, but I'm just saying, I think that's, yeah. I mean, in my mind, that's kind of where I'm going with that is.
It was a tune-up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was.
I think he does want to win this week, though. I do think because this is a week. He's got a couple of weeks between now and the PGA, and this is one where he's like, I'll take another win this year. I mean, I think he wants to win on the FedEx Cup for sure.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I think he could win on the FedEx Cup too.
Finau. I mean, you see what the number says as far as putting goes.
133.
I'm going to take a look. Let's see. What did Finau? We won't see any numbers last week from the Mexico Open. But what's Finau been doing in putting? How bad is he actually? So bent grass, it's not his worst putting surface, and yeah, he's pretty much losing a stroke ish on every last 5. He's lost a stroke. But he's making it up. So off the tee, he's not losing anything. Approach, he's making up. I don't know. Around the green and putting, he's losing strokes. I mean, I guess that's probably where I'm fading Finau here, I suppose. Ancer, I was actually surprised to see him make the cut last week. I didn't know because he didn't fare well at the Masters, didn't fare well at the Valspar. This is, generally speaking, the kind of course I would see him play really well at. So if he's healthy, which I mean, what we saw last week at the Mexico Open was at T42. It wasn't wasn't horrible, but I don't know if it was great. At 10,400, I don't know that I want to go there. I mean, I think if I'm going to play 10,400, there's two people well, Connors, but everybody else is playing Connors too. So if I'm going to if I'm going to go against the grain here, I'm probably starting with Matt Fitzpatrick, and then I'm probably going McIlroy. And I'm not betting him. I mean, I think the last I saw was like 12-1 or 16-1, but I'm not betting Rory. But yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. I see a repeat absolutely of what happened last week.
Oh yeah, 100% could see that happening. Now, I was thinking about Connors for a one and done. I'm not going that way, but I mean, I know why people were picking him for this. I mean, you look at the recent form, it's outstanding in terms of placement. So I get it. It's just the ownership's too high for DK.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is I shouldn't even say sucks. The only thing that's crappy is his putting. And when I say crappy, that's a very, very, very loose term.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So $9,000 range, we can spend probably all day on this one. Where are you starting?
I'm with you on Keegan. I like Keegan. Model ranked 7th, $9,600, 16.2% projected ownership. Off the tee, 17th, on approach 22, around the green 9th, putting 77th, T8 at the Valero, missed the cut at Valspar, 5th at the Players, T11 at API. I played him, I think at Valspar, didn't I? I forget where I played him, and he got me. But I played him because the recent form was outstanding coming off the Players, and it's just I think he got a little bit tired coming off of that, whatnot. But I love the way he's been playing recently.
So par fours, 450 to 500, he ranks 13th. He ranks 22nd in par fours, 400 to 450. So I kind of like that. And yeah, I think Keegan's my lean here. What's his number as far as own percentage? 16%. Yeah. I mean, and you could probably start down here ish, I guess. The couple of folks, I think Woodland's another solid play here. I think from a par four scoring percentage, I think that's probably a good play for me. But yeah, I think Keegan and Woodland are probably where I'm heading in this in the $9,000 field.
Yep.
Just looking to see if there's anybody that I don't like here. Patrick Reed, he had a little gust there at the Mexico Open. He didn't get things turned around. So, I don't know about that. But yeah, I think those are my two plays there.
I don't really have a fade. I don't really have much of a fade in these top two categories. I think everybody's playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, Russell Henley.
Yeah,
numbers. The only thing is, he's struggling off his worst category, I should say, is off the tee. He's ranked 79th, and I guess it could get him into a little bit of trouble. But I mean, he's 8th around the green. He's first in approach, so I don't know that I could really.
No, you go T13 API. That's a pretty long course. Genesis is a pretty long course. T33, and it's not really hurting that much, right?
No. Yep, totally agree. All right, so let's go through $8,000. Who's your guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll give you Paul Casey twice.
I kind of like Paul Casey. He withdrew at the Masters, so hopefully he's healthy. And he also had trouble at the match play event, right? So So is he healthy? I don't know. Other than that, I like him, right? He was doing some great form. He was 3rd at Players, 72nd at API, 15th at the Genesis, 25th at the CJ Cup. I mean, obviously, the CJ Cup was a long time ago, but he was showing some recent form. But I can't trust that. I'm probably starting in this category here with my buddy Max Homa. Model ranked 4th, $8,600, 13.6% projected ownership, off the T11th, up on approach 14th, putting 21st. Those are hard numbers to beat right there from a balance perspective. T48 at the Masters, T13 the Players, T17 at API, T10 Genesis, T14 Phoenix. Great form. Recently announced he's having a kid. Definitely wants to compete with Adam Hadwin on Twitter with the kid dancing around and everything. So I could see why he did that. And
So you're making it a kid thing, are you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I told you. I predicted a little while ago he had to get a kid because he was losing followers to Adam Hadwin.
Definitely losing followers. You got to keep up. So I totally get the keeping up with the Hadwins. I mean, I don't know why it's on a show yet, but it's probably going to be. So here's where I'm heading. So Sergio Garcia. I think this is a place where it can set up really well for him. Approach not doing the best in the world, but I think I may be a little. I may roll the dice a little and go with a Sergio play and sprinkle some of that around. I too like Max Homa, and I think that's something that could happen. Cameron Young. He's ranked in last 24 rounds. He's ranked 3rd strokes gained total, 1st tee to green, 1st in ball striking, 17th in short game, 1st off the tee, 31st in approach, and 4th in DraftKings points. I mean, I may have to I may have to change my one and done. I hope I'm looking at the right shit, because that just seems crazy to me that there's that many ones in this guy's in his scorecard, and he's at $8,000 even. Am I looking at the right guy, Cameron Young?
Yeah. This is one of the guys I think is in the running again for Rookie of the Year. So yeah,
he. I think I'm going to go on record and say, he'll be Rookie of the Year. If anybody wants to make a wager on that, send a note. Send a note, and you don't have to tell me what your wager is. Just drop a like hit like it and comment. I'll wager, and I'll leave an email address or DM us at birdies_bourbon, and we'll figure out what the wager is. But I'll take Cameron Young, and I'll make the wager worth your while. You don't have to oversell anything and hurt yourself on your wager. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how he can't be, man. He's playing way too good, and I could see this totally happening.
Yeah, he's been playing great. I mean, it's a name we're all getting to know, and yeah, that form is outstanding. Yep.
Even though we had a couple of missed cuts, but I think it was his first Masters. I'm going to chalk the players up as that was a shit show. So yeah, I think Cameron.
Just say I'm not betting him for the PGA.
I understand. All right. So are any definite fades for you? Definite fade for me, Jason Day, Webb Simpson.
Yeah.
Siwoo, like I mentioned earlier, I think this place could actually be kind of a
Dye-ish. Yeah.
It's a dye kind of setup. So I could see Siwoo kind of getting hot here. But Paul Casey's a definite fade for me here, just because I'm not saying he ain't gonna win the tournament. I'm just saying I don't know what we're going to get out of Paul Casey. And is this just a Thursday, Friday tune-up to get ready for the PGA Championship? That's my only dialogue on that. You good?
Good.
$7,000. $7,000. Give me 7,900 and give me 7,800.
There you go. Keith Mitchell.
Matt Kuchar.
And Kuchar.
And Keith Mitchell. Yeah. Give me those two guys. And, I'm going to have to kind of squirrel some things around, because I think I'm going to pick a little high in the $7,000 range. And I think I may be picking low enough in the $8,000 range. I could just go 8s and 7s and maybe a 9,000 would be good if I pick low enough. But I think this is a place that's going to set up really nice for Kuchar. We got some good finishes coming. What do we got? T3 at RBC, T2 at Valero, T16 at Valspar. Again, I ain't worried about that. I don't think he was worried about. And I think that Matt Kuchar's caddy this weekend may not be good for Matt Kuchar's caddy if he wins. But I believe that was Kyle Stanley's caddy when he won in 2017.
Oh, wow.
But maybe maybe we're talking about different things, and it's like well, hey, this is like caddy etiquette over here, and we're going to play things different. Who knows?
I'm with you on Kuchar, Mitchell. I'd say Vegas is worth a couple points. We're going into some DK points. You got model ranked 9th here, $7,800, 6.5% projected ownership, which you gotta love that. Off the T14th, on approach 23rd, putting 67. The putting's a little weak there, but look at the approach on the off the tee. Last results: Valero T18, Corrales Portaconda. T4, Valspar T27, missed a couple of players, and Honda T42. So he's been playing well, and for that price point, that ownership, I think you should probably sprinkle a little.
I'm not. The only thing I would say, I think if they get rain, if they get weather, I think Vegas is a play. I think if it's dry and people are kind of pulling back, I think that's where Vegas kind of gets his damage done, is when he can rely on being a bomber. And so I don't know. We'll see where that gets to. But I'm not against Vegas ever, really. Just sometimes he burns me. The around the green I don't like, but hey, there you go. Anybody else?
It looks like it's definitely going to be wet on like Thursday and Friday, Saturday. Friday and Saturday for sure. And then Sunday is going to be kind of nice. It looks like. So yeah.
I got a couple more guys that stick out to me. Anybody else?
Go ahead.
So Sepp Straka, I mean, that guy's been on a hell of a heater, and there's plenty. I think you might make a lineup in the $7,000 range. I'm going to write it down. Let's make a $7,000 lineup and just see where we get to.
Okay.
You good with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Sepp Straka, that guy's been on a hell of a heater, man. And I think that's probably a good play. I think the course sets up pretty good for him. I mean, what are you looking for? And I like Joel Damon here. I think this course sets up really well for him. And so literally, I would feel comfortable starting a lineup with Straka, Damon, Merritt. Don't fall out of your chair, but Lipsky, because I know what he just did, and I saw what happened. But I mean, if he can keep up with Rahm, and it's two completely different courses, I totally get it. But if he approaches it with a good game plan, I mean, I think he could get there. So those are I'll stay there, and I just recent form. What they've been doing, I think there's something to be said there. So
Adam Long's on a little bit of a heater too. Model ranked 36, $7,400. Projected ownership 7.5. Off the tee 32, on approach 98, putting 36. Mexican Open last week. T15, RBC Heritage T12, Valero T35. I kind of think you can sprinkle a little bit there too. I mean, he's definitely on a run.
No, I'm with you. You throwing anything at the Sauce Man or Bucky?
Not on Bucky. No, I'm not doing anything there. And then the Sauce Man, I mean, yeah, but I'll probably throw a little bit at the Sauce Man. Yeah.
Well, Frankie's won here before. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm definitely going to throw some.
I mean, I'll the Masters, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that may be a top 20 bet or something, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of other people those are my few. I mean, anybody that I'm just absolutely staying away from, I think you just set them. Hey, and the winner of this year's Wells Fargo Championship, Bucky Fowler.
Exactly.
Let's see. I don't even. We'll go there. You know who? Mackenzie Hughes has and Doc Redman. Those two guys have been playing pretty good.
We're going to the $6,000 range? No,
I'm still in the 7,000, but it is seven on the money.
Got it.
And then we got to talk about your boy.
Okay.
So I mean, Doc Redman, maybe if you need to go there, look at Grayson Sigg. Good thing Kevin Na's not playing. He may make the weekend. I mean, he has been making a lot of cuts, so that's a possibility. Look at the Wolfman showing up. The Wolfman is arriving.
Yeah, I don't know. 0.6% projected ownership. Hey, he just needs to get some rounds under him that he completes and doesn't throw his club in the water and stuff, right? So yeah,
$7,000. at $7,000. Where did I lost? Okay, so yeah, we had made enough cuts to make the weekend. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably steering clear for right now, but yeah, we'll just 6,000.
moving on.
6,000. I mean, anybody down here that kind of stands out to you. So Ryan Armour, last time the tournament was played here, or they played a PGA tournament here in 2018. Ryan Armour lost to the Sauceman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just said you like the Sauceman. Why would you not like the guy that lost to him in a playoff? It could be. I mean, it could be that he's ranked 125th around the green. It could be, that's the only thing I really see that's kind of crappy. I mean, at $6,800. I mean, other than around the green, what don't you like about him? 16th off the tee, 52nd on approach.
There's not like there. No, I mean, other than his recent form has not been great, but yeah.
38th in putting. That's a course that he's competed at. I mean, if you got to roll the dice, I mean, that may be a roll. I think I did see Pat Perez was out. I think he had what do you call it? 1, 2 tequila floor. They call it. So I think he elected to just stay out west. I'm seeing if there's anybody else down here that really.
Austin Smotherman at $6,800, 7.1% projected ownership. Model rank 16 off the tee, 25th on approach, 6 putting 108. T67 Mexico, T61 Valero, Mystic Corrales, T25 Valspar, T55 Puerto Rico. So he's making a lot of cuts for that kind of price point. Yeah, looking for people down here, right?
Not horrible.
All
right. I'm good down here. You good? I don't think there's anybody else I need to call out unless you do.
Sure, Roy Sabatini's probably going to win.
Yeah, fuck. Here's Kadira. I mean, like his numbers look like shit, but probably Sabatini. I could see him as like a first round winner or first round leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Look at Charlie Hoffman at 64 in this field. Charlie Hoffman at $6,400. Wow.
Peter Malinati was 15th last week, $6,600.
I mean, he's not playing that bad at $6,600. I mean,
that's not bad.
I mean, putting for sure is kind of carrying him through to where he needs to be. But
yeah.
Hank Labiota at $6,600. I'm not playing Hank, but like look at Harry Higgs at 120. I could see this thing kind of being a Harry Higgs kind of, if he plots his way around there. I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm. No Charles Howell this week? Not playing?
I didn't see him anywhere. No, I didn't see him. All right, we get to one and dones and other fun stuff.
Stuff.
While we're getting there, we are going to condense these shows into multiple parts. We caught you, we heard you. We'll probably release it in its full view, but we'll start releasing these compartmentalized, if you will. But don't worry, I'm going to drink just as much, and hopefully Dan's not drinking at all. Actually, hopefully Dan drinks more than I do. We'll see how that
Absolutely.
goes.
Yeah.
All right. So lineup time.
Oh, lineup time. Okay.
Well, I don't know. You want to pick your one and done first?
No. I'm good. Just let me get set up here. British Masters.
Ooh, by the way, Jonathan Vegas is out of the tournament.
Pick him twice.
See, that's what happens when you stick around. Dan's already got him in his one and done twice.
Okay, you want to go? Who do you want to go first?
I want to go down to the $7,000 range.
Okay, we're gonna do all $7,000 range.
Well, and then let's see where we get to, and then we'll go.
You want Straka and Damon?
Well, I picked Matt Kuchar first. Actually, you weren't listening, so. I just went ahead and picked one. You did not want to pick Kuchar?
Yeah, Kuchar's fine.
I want to go Kuchar. I want to go Mitchell.
Yep.
All right, you pick. You said Straka. I like Straka here.
Yep. Let's go Straka.
Next.
Well, you like Damon too, right?
I mean, I do. Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Merritt.
Okay. One more. Who can we pick? We got.
Look at this. It's perfect. Perfect. I think we
Rory.
go right straight. I think we go straight to the top.
There you go.
And we've got $100 in drinking money left.
Perfect. Not bad.
That could have worked out better.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to consider anybody else. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with any of those individuals.
No. None.
All right, one and done. You did so good last week, Dan. You get to go first this time.
Good. Thank you. I'm going with Max. He's just been playing great. He's won the Wells Fargo before, obviously not here. And yeah, he's I think he can get it done this week. He's been playing great.
Well, I thought we were in Boston, and I'm going to stick with I thought we were in Boston, and I'm going to take Keegan Bradley because I still think we're in Boston.
He might too.
I know. I mean, I think he's playing good enough. Yeah, just because I think there's some channels going on here. I think we're in good shape.
Good deal. There, you got him marked in there. And I'll put him in there for you. Keegan Bradley. All right, good. Got it.
And everybody else is going to bet Corey or is going to play Corey Connors. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fade. So I know I'll have Keegan available. I'm going to play him in another one and done. And then I'm going to go, I think I may do like a Sepp Straka or somebody on I've got two that I'm in for like $1 million league. And I think I'm going to do Sepp Straka in the other one.
Okay.
You did Homa. Yeah. But I'm going to do Straka in the other one because I mean, where else am I going to play them? And like, where are they going to be on a heater at, or where are they going to be at a course at that they can actually, kind of get things done. So, yeah. Yeah, so we'll see.
Do you think Max Homa's the new Ricky Fowler? Not in terms of form, but
not if you no, I know what you're saying. I mean, what's the shelf life?
Well, just the sponsorships are going to start heating up, right? He needs to win.
No. Ricky Fowler. If you put and I can't. Well, I mean, but there's so many ties in different directions. Clearly, Max Homa's PR firm was not Ricky Fowler's PR firm. And, I think the California ties that he had and the dirt bike ties that he had and just the the X game. And I don't even think of Ricky Fowler as really like an X gamer. But when I see Ricky Fowler and like his persona is Ricky Fowler is like an X Games guy, but he's playing golf. When I see Max Homa, I mean, you're falling right into country club lifestyle, frat boy. You get Ricky Fowler and you got Max Homa, and they couldn't be the polar opposites. I'm not saying that they're not. Not that they're not friends, but they're polar opposites from what people are attracted to at golf. Which I think, I mean, you get a lot of Twitter buzz out of Homa, and you got a lot of stuff going on. But I think exactly why. Name the bourbon brand or whiskey brand that Ricky Fowler sponsors, or that sponsors him.
Nope.
Yeah, there's not one. Name the alcohol brand that supports Ricky Fowler.
Corona.
What do you do at spring break, baby?
There you go.
I'll right on the beach, man. And I think it's a really different. And maybe, I don't know what the age differences in them is. Maybe 10 years, 10 years, 6 to 10 years. So, maybe it's an age difference thing, but I do see Max Homa as kind of the older person I just see him as a different genre. Like I didn't ever look at Bucky and think, man, that's like the frat boy guy, and we're going out and getting we're getting a heater, and we're going to the game, and we're getting it out of the bottle. Bucky's like, why go to the game when we can go to the beach and have a good time and play around a golf? So, I think they're satisfying two different markets there, and I don't know that you can. I mean, you can obviously do it, but I think it's just it's the persona that the person is, and I think that I don't think that Homa is gonna. Yes, he's the Bucky of a different audience.
Okay.
But I think the audience is so big that I don't think people are buying Eagle Rare or Buffalo Trace product because of
Max Homa.
No,
Yeah.
he's Elijah Craig.
No, I know he is. I thought that's where you were going. They're not buying it because of him. No.
No. I know, but I gotta go. He won the tartan jacket and the big truck.
Kokrak, yeah.
Jason Kokrak. People aren't buying Eagle Rare because Jason Kokrak has it on his shirt. Jason Kokrak has it on his shirt because Buffalo Trace has got money they need to spend somewhere, and they're trying to ease their way into the golf world. So yeah, I mean, no, I don't see any way, shape, or form that Homa is the new. I mean, when's the last time you saw Ricky Fowler post on? I know they post, but like he is not like Max Homa kind of made his name, and I mean, people know who Max Homa is as a golfer that aren't golf fans because of Twitter. Is what I would say.
Yeah. Let's see how old is he? He's 31. Okay, he's older. He's a little bit older. So Ricky, how old's Ricky now?
Ricky's probably 37 or 8.
33. Oh, they're a lot closer than I thought. Wow. Okay.
Oh, really?
I stand corrected. Yeah, they're only 2 years apart. Wow.
Hey, I stand corrected, sir.
Okay, so if Max were to win a major or a Players, my point is he probably would start getting some TV commercials, and you already he's already seeing him in some of these TV, like like the club ones and all.
No, I think that there's no chance that Max Homa replaces Max Homa. Will he get commercials? Maybe if he wins.
Yeah.
If he's not winning, will he remain? And here's the other thing I would say. It's not a jab against Homa. I mean, marketing budgets and the constraints around what's going to happen and kind of the way we progress through business. Does it, at what point, when's the last time you saw Phil on a commercial?
Well.
When's the last time you saw Tiger Woods on a commercial?
Long time.
Like, if you're going to get any of those, anybody, and I know it's expensive, but I think if you were pitching the right thing to Tiger about, hey, let's talk about I know he probably doesn't want to talk about comebacks, but if you could write the right storyline for Tiger and you had the right product, I don't know that he would turn it down just out of where he seems like in the public image that you see that he is. Obviously, he wants to make money, and he wants to make a lot of money. So it depends on what cut you want to give up.
Yeah.
But if you are producing a product that he could get behind, why wouldn't you give him a fair cut that he would say yes?
Yeah.
Because he ain't in the business to make a product. He's done. When's the last time you saw Tiger Woods make a product?
We're
other
probably
than TW.
Yeah, he's all into that foundation and legacy stuff now. You're not really getting into the commercials and the product. He sponsors, be a Nike and his clubs and stuff like that. But we haven't seen him do commercials. I don't think he's interested in doing commercials or anything like that. So yeah.
So no, I do not think Max Homa is going to be the next. Who's going to be the next Bucky? That's a good question.
Morikawa?
I saw. Interestingly enough, I saw Billy Horschel, I saw Colin Morikawa, and I don't remember the third person. I mean, I knew them and know who they are. They're popular. But I'm like, you couldn't have invited 3 more boring players. And I'm like, you got Billy Horschel on there. I'm not against Billy Horschel. I'm just saying, like, when's the next questionable thing that Billy Horschel is going to say on the golf course and like pitch, throw a scene and pitch a fit? That it's like, well, that's not exactly the image that we want on our brand. And it very well could happen. Now, he's outspoken about it and he doesn't care. He addresses it all the time. But I think that could be a thing that actually happens, is that, yeah, that's not the kind of, it's not really the image that we want. And does he win? Does he win? I mean, he has won, but does he win? Billy Horschel.
Oh, yeah. Well, he wins. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he has won.
Yeah. He won a lot last year. He won a lot overseas. So, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think you're looking at.
He won the WGC last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a good answer for you. I mean, I
think it could be Morikawa. He's young. He's already got 2 majors. Yeah. So.
I mean, maybe, but I don't. I mean, yeah. We don't see a lot of him.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I'm like scanning through the thing and I'm like, I don't know who the next one is. I mean,
maybe there isn't one, right? Maybe it's because the field is too dynamic now and there's so many good players and everybody's got their own favorites or whatever,
What do you think is Ricky Fowler the Tiger Woods of commercials as it relates to golf?
It's controversial because both of the guys I would say were kind of neck and neck on there are no longer have any sponsors. I'm not sure if that's a really a good thing to have happen because it was him and Phil.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that like, but is that the reason that we don't see them, that we can't name the next one? Is it because they were so consumed with all the sponsorship shit that it's like, well, hey, no, everybody wants to be the next player champion of the year, TPC champion of the year, Ricky Fowler. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be the next PGA Championship player of the year in Phil Mickelson. Well, what I don't want to be is, if you want to be a professional golfer, I don't want to be the PGA Professional Commercial Golfer of the Year.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Well, there we go. One and dones. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you finish Tokyo Vice yet?
I did finish it, but so is it done, or is there going to be a new season?
Well, they haven't announced a new season yet, but I thought that season was outstanding.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. That finale was badass, man. That was damn good.
I mean, the guy that they kill at the end, I'm like, I don't know how, like, I'm like, fuck, will you just kill it? Like, all I can see is now there's another guy that's in the show that's coming to replace that guy. And he's going to get like sworn in as like the non-guy that's took
a page out of Yellowstone on that one, didn't they? He just started killing people off.
Exactly. We'll just start swiping at them. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But I mean, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was real good. And, a lot of potential there.
So here's my thing. Here's what I'll say is, a lot of times when it comes to, my bilingual or multilingual skill sets are limited to, my vocabulary is limited when it comes to being a linguist. Sometimes it depends on how much I've been drinking. Sometimes it depends on the language that's being, subtitled. However, the one thing that Tokyo Vice did do is it led me back to Narcos.
Yeah.
So I started at the last one. So I started when they were in Colombia. So I had watched a little bit of the first one. And then I stopped and I'm like, because I was like multitasking and I was trying to work on my Spanish and and I got confused and I'm like, okay, I need to focus on one thing and I'm going to turn that off. So I was talking to a buddy of mine that I play golf with. My partner and I we didn't hustle them, but we may have took a little scratch off of them at Berkeley Hills this week. We may have came out ahead there. I think I had I think the best 5, and this is going to sound embarrassing, but at this point, what do I care, Dan? So the best 5-hole stretch I've ever had, I had 4 pars and a birdie. And at that point, the competitors were calling a little bit of bullshit. And they're like, what the fuck's going on here, man? I'm like, I don't know. Guess I'm just on a heater. Now you know how it feels. Trust me, I blew up on the back. Don't worry. I got completely sideways. So my score reflected accordingly. However, I started watching the Colombian, the Cali Cartel Narcos. Have you watched that one yet?
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
Okay. That was so good. So good. Yeah. So now I've now backed up and I'm watching the repeat or the middle version. I'm watching the Mexico cartels with El Chapo. So I'm watching the middle one. Finishing.
There's so much good TV on. I didn't watch the Pam and Tommy thing, but I've heard really good things about the Pam and Tommy thing. And then whoever's playing Johnny Depp in this trial looks just like him.
Listen, man. Ooh, what I'm saying is, man. No, you've got to watch the Pam and Tommy thing. It is if you've ever listened to. By the way, you need to tell your brother to watch the Pam and Tommy. If he hasn't,
okay, tell him to.
You got to tell him to watch that shit. It is like if you're a fan of like metal, or if you were, if you want to go, if you're a fan of hair bands, if you've ever listened to Journey, it's not about Journey. But if you've ever listened to Journey and you like a song, you got to go watch it is that limited release or whatever it is. I think it's a one and done kind of thing for that. Well, it's multiple shows, but I think it's a one-time release for them.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely solid. And I don't know how anybody could argue that that's not actually what happened.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I've been to the Viper Room. I've been to, is it the Rainbow Room? Yeah, definitely the Rainbow. I've been to the Rainbow Room.
Yep.
I didn't see what went on with them, but I've seen what goes on there, and it's definitely a true story.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hold on, I got one.
One more.
The Lakers show.
Oh, I love the Lakers show. Now, a lot of people are criticizing him, like, "Oh, this isn't like the people in the show, the real people are like, oh, this isn't the way it went down." Like, guess what? This is Hollywood, guys. It's entertaining. This is fun.
I mean, it says some parts were dramatized, so we could get a little more, so we could get people to watch it.
Yes.
I mean, if you had to live this thing for the whole fucking year, you'd probably be strung out on crack too.
Exactly. So, it's a great show. I love it.
I just got to. I don't know if I watched the last one yet, but I got to where Haywood kind of got banned. But I don't know. Go back. I mean, Google Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and karate with Bruce Lee. I mean, he was definitely trying to, do karate with Bruce Lee. I don't know how it really was.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And the first man to conquer the HIV virus that was publicized.
It's true.
That was like, maybe it wasn't the first one, but the first one that was a public image and that was publicly announced that it is no longer there anymore. There you go.
It's interesting. Yep, for sure.
Just when you think you're down,
there you go.
Don't give up.
Right.
Hey, we'd appreciate a like. We'd appreciate a follow. And you can leave positive or negative comments. And by the way, if you're listening, leave a comment. So we are running the major series with our friends at, definitely going to screw it up, Rock Elite Barrel Pickers Club. I'll just leave it at that. And we're going to do something special at the end of the major season. And we'll be keeping track of whoever leaves comments, whoever does it. We're going to do a pretty awesome giveaway. And by the way, the more people you get to leave a comment, tell them to leave your hashtag or your @ and you can do it here. You can do it on YouTube. You can do it on Instagram. You can do it on Facebook. Be sure to find us at birdies_bourbon if you're looking for us on Instagram. Got some posers out there. We're working on those. But Dan,
there you go.
Play is going to get played.
Cheers.